This money we make, we're gonna put it into three buckets. You're gonna have 1, 2, and 3 buckets. So these are your I know what you're thinking right now. Whoa, this is crazy. How can I live on 2,650? But here's the thing. You got to leave. If you are over 25 and you got family, you got children, you have so many responsibilities, maybe you wanna try. So you may be thinking that if I've done all this, then Rahim, what would be the next logical step to actually make this money work a lot harder? Because your objective is basically to let me show you step by step what you need to do with your next paycheck to pave your way to building wealth. This is so simple, but it shocks me that almost nobody does it. Let's take an example of someone earning £60,000. So with that £60,000, your gross income is £5,000. So with that £5,000, the government is going to take their tax and you're left over with $3,780. So this is your take-home income. So this is the money you actually earn after the government has taken all their taxes. This money we make, we're going to put it into 3 buckets. You're going to have 1, 2, and 3 buckets. So these are your buckets. So 70% goes to our expense bucket, 20% goes to our investment bucket, and then we have 10% that goes into our savings bucket. Your expense bucket would have 2,650, your investment bucket 760, and your savings bucket 380 pounds. So here's what I'd like you to do. You got to go and open 3 individual bank accounts. So if your bank charges you for doing that, leave that bank, go and open this account in other bank accounts. That does not charge you anything to open those accounts. So once you've done that, you got to be able to set a direct debit into each of these accounts. This would be your checking account. This is where all your income and expenses goes in, and then you then channel that with a standing order to your investment account, and then you channel that then to your savings account. I know what you're thinking right now. Whoa, this is crazy. How can I live on 2,650? But here's the thing. You got to live parsimoniously at the beginning in order to live comfortable life towards that. And you're only putting £760 in your investment bucket, whilst the government, before you even get your £5,000, charges you £1,220 every single month in taxes. That money, you don't even get to see that money. So if the government is doing that to get themselves rich, why would you not invest that £760 to actually get you to be able to live life in your own terms in the long term? So you got to be able to put that money in that investment account in order for you to be able to be wealthy. Nobody saves their way to financial success. So you got to be able to invest. Investments is what gets you to become successful, but also create generational wealth. So you got to be able to do that. Oh, sorry for interrupting this video. I just wanted to draw your attention to a guide I've just created. This guide is for you if you're looking to start and scale in property investment, and you've got questions that you want to ask in order to start your property investment. This guide is the ultimate guide to start and scale in property investment journey. I talk about the different type of investment strategies. I also discuss the 11 ways you can raise finance to make any property no money down deals, and the type of properties to buy in order to generate a serious return in your investment. And I'm giving this book away for completely free of charge, no string attached, nothing, absolutely free. Click the link on the description of this video to get your free guide now. We've only got a limited number of these copies available as well, so click the link to get your guide now. Let's get back to our video. So what I advise you to do then is to save 10% of that income for between 3 to 12 months. Here's the thing. If you are under 25, no family, no responsibilities, aim for a savings of 6 months. However, if you are over 25 and you got family, you got children, you have so many responsibilities, maybe you want to try to hit the 12 months savings. So once you've got this 12 months of saving, this then becomes your emergency fund. Just in case anything goes wrong, you've got a coffer to get you going. So once you hit your 6 or your 12 month, depending on your lifestyle, you then move that 380 into the 760. So if you then add that money here, then that then gives you £1,140 saved every single month into your investment account. So I know what you're thinking right now. You may be thinking, oh Rahim, how do I actually live that sort of life in only £2,600? I understand that it's very frustrating sometimes, but you've got to be able to live way below your means in order to be able to become wealthy in the future. Here's what I would advise you to do, is to stop living paycheck to paycheck. In essence, you got to be able to reduce your expenses in order to be able to live this lifestyle. Because here's the thing, even if you're earning £200,000 or £300,000, if your lifestyle is still an expense lifestyle, it does not matter how much money you've actually earned, because your lifestyle will be so expensive, equivalent to how much you're earning anyway. So you've got to be able to really live frugal. If anything, if you want to increase that expense account, you got to go and work more to get more income in order to sustain that lifestyle. But what I would advise you to do is to actually stick to the 760, 380, save that until you have enough emergency funds, and then you move that money back here then into your investment account. Then you've got your investment account savings every single month. So what you got to do here, you got to cut the cars. Maybe if you used to get an expensive car, it's about time to kind of downgrade to get cheaper cars, live in a cheaper neighborhood, but also stop surrounding yourself with people that are only thinking about spending and spending and spending, or perhaps going into different events, which then ultimately increases that expenditure. So you got to be able to live below your means. If you're not living below your means, you ultimately becomes poorer as time gets on. What that means, basically, you won't be able to put that £760 every single month towards your investment fund. So you might be thinking that if I've done all this, then Rahim, what would be the next logical step to actually make this money work a lot harder? Because your objective is basically to have money in your investment account, which you could then channel to become an investment pot. And this is where you can then make your money work for you, instead of you trading it here for time. Because at this position where you are right now, you're trading your time for money. So as you build that pot up and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, then you start thinking about where do you put that money to give you better return on your investment. There's so many ways you could actually invest that money to get it to work a lot harder for you, which will then ultimately get you to make working for someone an option instead of an obligation. So here's what you could do. Once you've saved that money and you've got a bit of money, you're going to start thinking about different avenues. The first avenue you want to be thinking about, perhaps you want to start a side hustle. Maybe your business needed about £5,000-10,000 to get it going. You had a side hustle, maybe an accountant, lawyer, or perhaps you are a programmer. You can start a side hustle that will start making you money instead of actually just relying on this one source of income. Or perhaps you want to invest in businesses. There's so many businesses that are out there that are looking for professionals like yourself to be able to invest that money into their corporation. That then gives you steady recurring income. Another alternative investment could be investing in indices, investing in a stock market like the FTSE 100. That in average gives about 7 to 8% return every single year. So you can put your money in there, and then it then actually grows with the FTSE 100. So what is the FTSE 100? FTSE 100 is the top 100 best performing companies in the UK that are trading on the stock market. So the better that stock market performs, the higher return you get in your investment. Perhaps you want to try real estate. This is properties. This is where you can buy a property, renovate it and rent it out. So it gives you monthly recurring income. And if you really want to take it to the next level, it's where you can buy a dead, dilapidated house, renovate it to force the value, and then recycle your money out so you can go again and buy more houses. That then allows you to use your initial investment multiple of times whilst creating and building an asset. And that's what we're very good at. If you want to learn how to make, manage and multiply income through investment property, click the link on the description below to book a free one-to-one consultation where one of my specialists will guide you through the process how we can help you use your investment to make, manage and multiply income through real estate. So these are the steps you got to take as soon as you receive your paycheck in order to be able to move from the rat race to financial freedom, because you got to be able to make your money work a lot harder for you instead of you working for it. I hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, smash the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing the next one.